Hi, my name is Sitima Fowler and the name of my company is Capstone Information Technologies. Capstone is an IT service provider and we're located in Rochester, New York. Recently, we enrolled in Robin's Managed Services Sales Training, and we've been using that process, and for the month of May, I can tell you that I closed 5 managed service accounts, and that is up from 1 per month that I was closing previously. And the average time it's taking me to close accounts is around 3 weeks as compared to 5 to 9 months previously is what I was doing. So this process has not only improved my closing rate and the time that it's taking to close the accounts, I also have a process that is documented and can be replicated by other salespeople at Capstone. So basically, we're no longer winging it. Now we have a prepared sales script that includes building rapport, discovery, building value in our services, overcoming objections, and building urgency. For a lot of you listening, nothing I mentioned may be new, but for me, it made a world of difference for someone to walk me through this. I feel more confident and I look forward to my sales meetings. There are 3 big lessons learned I will share with you, but first let me tell you how all this came about. Not too long ago, Robin offered a managed service sales training. I was hesitant in enrolling because I thought the tuition was a little high and then the session may not fit my needs. I knew that I only budgeted for only 1 class like this year, and I didn't want to blow the budget. You see, I'm very strong technically, but sales is not an area that I feel secure in my abilities. I knew I had to get more training in sales, but I wanted a fantastic class that wouldn't just tell me the theory behind sales, but show me a process that I can go out and implement immediately. At first, I was skeptical of this class, but I enrolled in it anyway, and I decided to go on this class, but I really wish I hadn't after our first group teleconference call before the meeting. Robin held a conference call before the meeting to get a feel for what we were all looking for and what questions we had. I completely felt out of place after listening to the other callers. People were saying things like their close rate was 95% and that they were closing their accounts before they were even walking out the prospect's door. I was completely floored by the closing successes that other members were enjoying, and I felt out of place. So more than ever, I felt intimidated and didn't think that this was the right class, but part of me was hopeful that I could keep working with Robin until she gave me what I wanted. So I packed my bags and went on yet another Nashville trip to attend the training. The training showed me winning managed service accounts isn't a magical process that only a select few outstanding salespeople can master. It's really a step-by-step approach that hits the essential sales techniques. The approach Robin has come up with is easy for a technical person like me to follow. So do you want to know what my 3 big lessons that I learned from this training? Well, the first is something that happens even before the first meeting. After the appointment has been qualified and before the first meeting, I send over a shock and awe package so that the prospect becomes familiar with Capstone and we do a lot of the selling even before we get there. This shock and awe package arrives in a UPS priority envelope, so it looks very important. And it includes not only a letter from me, but it includes a guarantee certificate, a lot of press coverage about our company, copies of old newsletters and white papers, and the most important of all, it comes with a very thick book that has pages and pages of customer testimonials talking about how much they like Capstone and why they like our services. The package also includes an agenda and an ROI cost justification. And the ROI cost justification so that I can mitigate the I can't afford it objection before they have a chance to voice it. It asks people to get costs like that they don't normally think about, like costs due to loss of productivity or downtime. Because normally people don't think about those costs when they think about how much they spent last year in IT. The second big breakthrough that I added to my sales process is what Robin calls Soundbites to my presentation. These Soundbites are easy to memorize and I throw them in throughout my presentation. They're designed to mitigate objections before they arise. They help explain our services without any geek speak, and it also helps build value. An example of such soundbite, at the start of the meeting, I'll just say, I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not even certain I can help you. At the end of this meeting, I'll be able to determine whether or not you need our help in securing and maintaining your network and provide you with a recommended action plan to help remedy those problems. So Robin has given us quite a few of these sound bites, and I use them as they come up in the conversation. There's another type of soundbite that will absolutely make or break your sales meeting, and those are referred what's called wedges. If you do nothing else, at least think about 4 or 5 wedges before you go on your sales calls. This is basically a way to create doubt in your prospect's mind about your competitor without actually saying anything bad. So I'll throw in an example of a wedge that I use often is when your IT person last conducted like a fire drill to restore your backup and test your backup process. How did that go? And usually the prospect will look at me and like, we've never done that. So I'll throw in quite a few of these. The third big lesson learned that I wanted to share with you is huge if you want to shorten your sales cycle. It was taking me between 5 to 9 months to close. I couldn't believe what happened in the last month after I started following Robin's sales close. The closing technique got me responses within 3 weeks. During the second meeting, I first walked them through a big binder where I take them through lots of reports of the various things we do, virus updates, patch management, backups, etc. After showing them lots and lots of reports, which is basically building value and all the things that we do for them, I ask them if they would be interested in such a service. If they say yes, then I present them with a quote. I explain each quote like a healthcare policy. At this time, I ask the prospect what they want to do. I remain completely silent until they speak. If they ask for more time or want to talk it over with others, we nail down a date of when a decision has to be reached. I say that I need a decision quickly because I only onboard a certain amount of new clients per month due to resource scheduling, and I'll refrain from taking any other business until I hear from them. That's it. Take the breakthroughs that I just shared with you and practice. Pretty soon the process will become very natural and second nature to you. I only see us fine-tuning our sales process further. I still feel like I'm just starting to scratch the surface of mastering sales, but I now have the tools in front of me to refine my skills and improve my close rate. I love the process that Robin has shown me, and I encourage you to take the same sales training.